Officer, he was stationed at Fort McClellan, Alabama, right next to a Monsanto PCB manufacturing plant. He is the father of 5 and a grandfather of 10 and lives with his wife, Jan, in Harriman. He ran for the Utah House last November as an independent. He is a peace, justice, union, social, and veterans activist and has driven for UTA for 18 years. Please welcome Aaron David.
Wow. Boy, aren't these ladies great? Let's have a hand for Kim and Tammy, the organizers. We need more women involved in these kinds of things. Do I have any veterans out there? Okay, this is coming up on Veterans Day, so when you're having your picnic or your barbecue, thank a veteran. Monsanto is the world's leading producer of herbicide Roundup, as well as 90% of the world's GMO seeds. Monsanto's 110-year history has evolved from an industrial chemical manufacturer into only making agricultural products. It has a history of making some of the world's most toxic compounds, from Agent Orange, PCBs, to the weed killer Roundup. Monsanto was founded in St. Louis by John Francis Quinney in 1901 to produce saccharin, an artificial sweetener for Coca-Cola. The company is named after his wife, Olga Mendez Monsanto. In 1917, Monsanto produced vanilla and caffeine, aspirin sedatives, and laxatives. Later, they manufactured industrial chemicals like sulfuric acid and polychlorinated biphenyls used in plastics as lubricants, hydraulic fluids, waterproof coatings, and liquid sealants. In 1944, they manufactured the insecticide DDT used to spray for mosquitoes until it was banned by Congress in 1972. In 1945, they began the manufacture of Agents Orange, Blue, and White, named for the colored bands around the barrels. Agent Orange is a chemical defoliant herbicide designed to kill jungle overgrowth that conceals enemy activity. The U.S. flew 6,542 missions between 1962 and 71 and dumped 20 million gallons over 25 million acres and destroyed 500,000 acres of crops. 4.5 million Vietnamese and 2.8 million American troops were exposed. Agent Orange is a chemical compound mixing 2 prenoxyl herbicides, 2,5-T dichlorophenolxacetic acid and 2,4-D trichlorophenoxy acid in an isooctalizer form. Now, I hope we got some chemists out there that can explain all this at some point. An unintended consequence of the mixture occurs when, in heating of 2, 4, and 5-T, the product condenses into the most toxic chemical synthesized by man, tetrachlorodibenzodioxin, or TCDD. This dioxin is very persistent, remains in the environment for decades, and collects in the fatty organs of the body. Children are the most vulnerable to these dioxins. They are potent cellular and hormone disruptors in many of the body systems. Intrauterine or postnatal exposure alters immune systems, neurobehavioral, and hormonal functioning. Women pass dioxins in utero or through breast milk. The Red Cross estimates 3 million Vietnamese children now have adverse health, congenital, and developmental defects. My friend, former Marine and fellow Veterans for Peace member Chuck Palazzo lives in Da Nang and helps to clean up the old base where the bulk of Agent Orange was stored. This area registers more than 300 times the normal readings for dioxin 40 years after their use. Cancers, diabetes, heart, and nerve disease have occurred in Vietnam veterans as well as spina bifida in their children. Yes, it took the VA until 1985 to recognize these health issues. Now the VA recognized 15 presumptive diseases through studies caused by dioxin. The list includes diabetes, ischemic heart disease, hairy cell leukemia, Parkinson's, to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I personally have been working to help veterans substantiate Agent Orange claims on a personal consultation basis for 10 years. Let's get informed, organize, stand up, and speak out Power to the people.
Thank you, Aaron. Now we are going to have a moment of silence. We'll have a minute of silence for all the people who have been affected by Agent Orange. A lot of people, like you said, a lot of health problems, especially with cancers. So let's have a minute of silence for all those veterans that helped us out, and also all the innocent bystanders that were harmed by Monsanto's chemicals. We have some musical talent for you. First up is Chris Cullen from Candid Coyote. Chris is a folk musician from Ogden, Utah, who performs under the name Candid Coyote. His